Hello, so I'm back on Fisher Athletic Part 3. I've been given a few players to look at, so I think I went in for Goldberg last episode. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe when there was a break in the games, but we signed him on a free. He doesn't look that playable at the moment. He's got good long shots. For 21, he's probably not that playable on this load. It's the same with Cos. I didn't really like the look of Cos either. So I got a few more players here. So Vance Werner. I was looking for frees though on the thing, but I'll add them to the shortlist anyway if they expire or whatever. Vance Werner. So he's at infield, and then we'll get a scout request. He's got very high average ratings. I've missed out on him though. So he was obviously a free. Oh, these might be frees actually. Barantes. So I've just been given a few players to look at on comments. So Goodbug was one of them, and this Ivan Barantes who's still on a free. Who else? They've gone to Dave Barnett. He's still Cayman English. I signed him. He's 34 though. Wants too much wages, so we'll leave him. If he was a bit younger, probably. I'll scout him anyway. I'll scout him just oh, he's in the Cayman Islands, that's why. Butcher and Yavi Di Campo. Well, I think they've signed him, have they? Butcher. I don't have any scouts though. Yavi Di Campo. Who else was there? And someone else said that Monty gets quite good. Right, let's continue. What's our next run? It's all national. I don't think we've it might be because of the patch. I might not get an FA Cup qualifying round. I'm not sure. I think it's limited with certain teams. I was going to sell Monty and I've decided to keep him after the comments, so you can get some reserve football for the first season. Because some of these players might leave on their minimum fees. I wouldn't have been able to sign them without minimum fees, so ideally you wouldn't want to put them on a contract with a minimum fee. This guy looks pretty good. Colin White, not so good. 16-year-old Sam Gregory, Lee Skelly. He looks pretty decent. Will Deemer. No. Connor Reed. Welsh team, I think. back. I was tempted to play this Martins because he's done quite well when I've used him, but we'll keep the same team. But Beckford is only 91, so Studley. So we will put Martin in for this game. Should I play the Finnish guy? He hasn't actually started a match yet. Just so I'm quite fresh down the flanks. We'll put Martin on pressing and Beckford not is Samoa. What Stafford playing? 4-4-2 as well. Let's go. And we're 1-0 down. We have got one back with Shields. Should we try going direct with these? Oh, we already are direct. Let's try shortening them for the second half then. Let's put on Beckford. Bring on Beckford for Martin. And let's bring on Studley for the second half. That Finnish guy is struggling. Put them back on direct. Try something different in the hole maybe. We lose 2-1. We're starting to fall out of the contention places. Who's our next game? On the 3rd. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get promoted season 1. It'd be nice if I can keep some of these players and build a team and not lose them to minimum fees, but I don't mind staying in the lower levels for a while because against the normal tactics pack you'll go up quite easily with a squad of 3 transfers. So it might be quite nice staying down the lower levels, or you know, I don't know. We'll see how the save goes. I'm looking to stay at Fisher Athletic for 2 or 3 seasons anyway. It could all go completely pear-shaped and I get sacked eventually, but you never know with this tactics pack. Let's put Studley back in. Yeah, I've got to keep Adolfo in. He's been so. I should probably leave him on run with ball. I think that was what he was doing better on before, even though he's got quite low dribbling. That's Adolfo 1-0. Oh, we're 2-1 down just before half time. Robinson's. Let's press with both centre backs. Let's put them back on short. Let's bring on Jurowski for shots. No. 2-1 we lost. We actually played well, but we conceded twice. Our goalkeeper let us down. It's all going a bit wrong. Come on, we have to get a home win in our next game. And that's Tiverton in 4 days. Got 5 and 8. Some more recommended youth players. A lot of Irish ones. And Northern Irish. Play that Martins. Is Studley tired as well? 92. Lochran and Sinnott, so give Skelly a debut then. Robinson struggled recently, so let's give. I do have the other Robinson. Come on, I need to grind out a win here. We've got a penalty. Studley scores. Come on, hang on. Look at that. 0-0. We. How are we still fourth after we lost those 2 games? Crazy. And then we got a lot of games coming up now. This Cudworth. His determination's so low. It's only 4. Dudley is knackered now. Do I have another left-sided player I could try out there? I could try Higgins on the flank and Barentes in the centre. But we'll just take Barentes off that for this game. I don't really want to take Lockran out because he's done pretty well. There's two more. Pat Hart. Shields. He hadn't scored for a few games. We're on top at the moment. We've made it 2. Let's bring on some subs. We're back up to second. Everyone's beating everyone, it feels like. We have lost 6 games already though. Well, we're not drawing many, so we're either winning or losing, but we seem to be winning more than we're losing at the moment. And that's nice, we've got a nice 14-day break now. Just hopefully all our fitness comes back. He's done okay in that central midfield position. Barentes got a 7 on his debut. He could actually be the better option for a DMC, to be honest, compared to Ferreira. Ferreira's more of a ball playing one, but he's done okay. If he starts to slip up, then I think these slots he could play well in either. That Barentes, he looks really good actually. How the reserves been doing with what tactics the AI playing with them? Playing a 4-4-2. It's a shame you don't have the league table division. It would be quite interesting to see. They did win one game 5-2 and then they lost 3-0. Ian Cook. He's only 15 now. And I do kind of need more left-sided players. That Finnish guy is not very good. That Finnish guy wasn't a recommended player. I just typed in Finland and had a little search around on the free transfers, and he was blanked out. And I just thought, oh, he can play a lot of positions. Hopefully, He can't be too bad, and he's not great. Adolfo's gone right off the boil recently. He started hammering in the hat-tricks, didn't he, before, and then he's just been non-existent since. Yeah, I'm not in the League Cup. FA Cup, sorry. Yeah, I sold that guy. I don't think I'd use him. Yeah, that Warner looks really good. He could play much higher up. You could probably get to League One with him on the game, some of his attributes. Problem is, I don't know if they'll develop like so far down. They won't at the same speed as some of the bigger. If they got snapped up by like a championship team or something, even if they were just left in the reserves for seasons. Did I actually? Where's that bowler? Oh yeah, I did have his minimum fee. I've got to say, the tactics pack does make the game a lot more interesting. The AI is much more of a challenge, and certainly with certain teams it's almost impossible. Well, that Villa save was hell. It's just like, I didn't know how to, it's just really tough. David Paul's going out on a month's loan. Let's put Studley back in. I want Higgins back in. What's Baranes' long shots? It's only 5. Let's start playing Barrantes. How's Augustine done? Not very well. Let's try Paulo Ferreira in the MC slot, and then we'll sort out our subs. Augustine. I'll start with Beckford again this game. Try Studley back on direct, and Let's take Beckford off pressing. He started to assist when I took him off pressing before, so. Come on. Starting to really struggle away from home recently. Beckford scores just before half time. Shields misses. I'm going to just bring on Martins for Adolfo. Bring on Augustine for Ferreira for the last. Martins. That's his second goal now. Oh, it was nice to get an away win. So we started the episode like with 2 losses, and then we've just won 3 back to back, which is really nice. Dulwich won him till the end of the season. Yeah, I'll probably put the whole reserve team out for loan. I'll do it at the end of the episode, so no one has to watch that. Please don't crash. I can't remember who he is. We're home to Tamworth, who are 7th. Keep the same team, I guess. Should I keep Skelly in? How's he done? He's got to. So I'll put the Phil Robinson back in. Somewhere for 442 as well. Adolfo's back. Usually when he gets one, he gets a hat trick. Oh, the disallowed from Tamworth. Oh, disallowed from Adolfo. They've got a penalty. Sam Smith. Adolfo makes it 2-1. Oh, it was all us. Lee Sinnott struggling. Let's bring on Skelly. Do we have another centre back we can bring on? Yes, Loughran. Another win though. We are the top goal scorers in the league at the moment. And defensively I think we're still the best. 19 conceded. Cambridge City have only conceded 19 as well. Adolfo's up there, Romeo Betford, Angel Martin. So I've got two very good wingers for this level. Slightly different. He's still only 16, Betford, 6 assists already. And Loughran's up there for defenders. Studley's doing well, so is Pereira. Saying that Hounslow is a boring team. It's a bit of a shame you can't play the FA Cup on this patch, but or it might be only certain teams in the north or south actually get a place. It's another nice break though. Away at Eccleston, they're 4-4-2 as well. Same team. It's all Eccleston at the moment. Adolfo. Foul at equalisers. They've all 2-2 at half time. We look the better team. Sinnott's really struggling at the moment. So is the goalkeeper. Oh, that was wrong. Augustine for Ferreira. Shields is struggling, so let's bring on Martins. 2-2. It's tight at the top. We got more green at home next game. Just looking at the conference teams, a couple of them went through in the third round. Beckford's going up on the assists, he's got 7 now. More greener down the bottom. Shields is not playing well recently. He's been doing well in the reserves. Monty doesn't even get a game in the reserves. How's that 16-year-old looking? Let's start with Martins. More greener 4-4-2. Beckford. Adolfo. Pereira struggling. Martins did get an 8, did he assist? Yeah, he did assist. Now we're starting to get longer gaps. Yeah, it's weird how you get loads of fixtures all crammed in together, and then there's like sometimes you get 2 week break. I'll just release him now. He started at the club anyway. He's been transfer listed for ages and no one wanted him. Who was the other one that was moaning about training? Oh, it was Godbold. He feels the warning was harsh. So Jamie Godberg's going on loan at Tiverton, or it looks that way. Away at Merthyr Tydfil. Why is Higgins unhappy? Take Barrentos off long shots. Huh? They're playing a 4-5-1. Let's go. Adolfo. 2. What's up? What a run. We've won 2-4. I know we've unbeaten in 2, 4, 6, 7 games, and we've got Kings Lynn at home next. I'll save it after the Kings Lynn game, and then we'll return in the new year against Dorchester. It's good that we started to pick up some points on the road. I'll probably put Denny Shields back in this game. Once he decides to update. Can we finish on with another win? Got a run of 3 away games here. I'm going to play Adolfo. I'm going to play Augustine. Put Denny Shields back in. Started to perform a bit better recently. Put Studley, rest Studley this game. Could actually just play Ferreira in there. Kings Lynn or 4-4-2. Adolfo equalises there. And Corns makes it 2-1 just before half time. Even game. Let's press with the centre back second half. Let's bring on Skelly. Higgins. Burgess equalises for them. We lose 3-2. We're still top, but yeah, it's a tough season. We're top with 7 games lost, 7 lost. Who let me down? The goalkeeper that game again. Adolfo's almost averaging a goal again. And Beckford's been awesome for just turned 17 now, but 9 assists. But Higgins is solid but not spectacular. What's Martin's done mainly from the bench, 2 goals, 2 assists. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.